near and dear to my heart. I'm going to take a personal privilege here. I also served for 3 years as manager of the Denver Department of Human Services, where we work with the veterans, and many of them have just many problems. And sometimes when we're not in a war, we forget the sacrifices that our military people have to make in order to keep us safe. And for you to put your time and effort into such I guess it's a heart-wrenching activity when you see many of the problems that people encounter. So I salute you, and I'm just proud to be a part of the ceremony that we are honoring you today. The history of the Minoru Yasui Community Volunteer Award: in February 1976, an unprecedented program to honor unheralded but worthy and committed volunteers was established in Denver. The Commission on Community Relations, the Rocky Mountain News, and the United Bank of Denver, now Wells Fargo, joined forces to acknowledge citizens who made significant contributions as volunteers but who received little or no public recognition. The list of 14 charter committee members was impressive, including leaders of business, labor, religious, and political organizations, as well as the volunteer community. U.S. District Judge Sherman Feinsilver was named the very first chairman. The committee voted to select a monthly honoree and pay tribute to this person with a monetary grant to the nonprofit organization of the honoree's choice. The initial award of $500 was presented in March 1976 to 86-year-old Bertha Simon, who knitted hundreds of pairs of children's mittens for the Head Start program. She presented the check to the surgical divisions of Denver General Hospital. The award was named for Minoru Yasui in January 1977. All of his life, men epitomized true volunteerism. To honor his service to the community, the organization became known as the Minoru Yasui Community Volunteer Award. The new name was formally established by a resolution from the Denver City Council. Since then, the committee has grown to over 30 members, including former recipients, who add their insight and experience to the process. The list of agencies that benefit is varied and reflects the wide diversity of causes in the metro area. One of our award winners received national recognition in 1982. 5 years after receiving the MICVA Award, Dorothy King was named Colorado Volunteer of the Year. A 1,000 gift from the Denver Marriott Southeast enabled her to enter the National Volunteer of the Year contest. She won and was saluted by former President and Mrs. Ford in Washington, D.C. This is a wonderful legacy for the original group that began with a unique idea, an idea that has now spread to award programs sponsored by TV stations, department stores, and others who salute volunteers. Each year, MICVA's unsung heroes remind us that every contribution makes a difference. And Ray, you truly epitomize that. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks for adding those personal words. Ray, it's time for you to come stand up here with me, because we're going to focus on your story now. Presenting your award is Jackie Norris, founder and executive director, retired of Metro Volunteers. Jackie?
I'm really excited to be able to present this award to Ray. In fact, when I saw his name as a nominee and we selected him, I begged to be the person who got to do this, because Ray and I share some history. We were in Vietnam at the same time. I was with the Red Cross and had obviously a very different experience than Ray's experience, but I do have a tiny inkling of what he's gone through. And I think I know well that most Vietnam veterans never have received the thanks and appreciation for the sacrifices they made and for what they gave and for what they gave up. And I think Ray is an incredible symbol of taking that experience and turning it into something that we can all honor. It's an opportunity, giving you this award for all of us, to thank you and all your fellow veterans for what you've done over the years. So to take that experience and turn it into a way to help Iraqi and Afghanistan war veterans, using Vietnam veterans to provide that service, is a remarkable and wonderful achievement, and it's just beginning. I think we all want to support you in any way we can going forward, because the work you're doing is remarkable. I've heard a lot of programs, heard about a lot of programs for veterans over the 40 years since we were both in Vietnam. And this is the first one that's just grabbed my heart. It's remarkable what you're doing. And I'm thrilled to be the person to be able to say, on behalf of the Minoru Yasui Community Volunteer Award Committee and all the organizations we represent, thank you for everything that you've done, and congratulations and best luck on what you're going to do in the future. So my pleasure to present you with this award that says, a salute to the spirit of the people, presented to Ray Meyers in recognition of outstanding volunteer commitment and service.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Along with the award, we have a check for $2,000. Joining Ray and me at the podium to present the check is Joan Gettleman, retired principal and teacher with Denver Public Schools. Also coming to the podium to accept the check, which Ray is donating to Veterans Helping Veterans Now, a project of the Colorado Nonprofit Development Center, is Maureen Ewing, chairman of the board for Volunteers Helping Veterans Now, and Judy Nog, its volunteer executive director. So ladies, if you'll come on up.
Ray, I have not been in the military. I've not been to Vietnam, so I don't have those experiences to draw upon. But having heard your story, read your story, it is a real honor for me to be here this evening to present this check to you. And I have the best job of all because I get to give you the money. The Minoru Yasui Committee is fortunate to have a dedicated group of committee members, and the committee is fortunate to have generous sponsors. Our sponsors provide us with the opportunity to recognize and reward you as the recipient of this award. Our financial sponsors are Phyllis Coors, the Cody Dental Group, the Denver Foundation, Lockheed Martin, Shelley Magnus, Darlene Silver, the Yasui family, and each member of the award committee provides an individual contribution. Sponsors who underwrite the program with support services are the City and County of Denver, and later you'll be surprised to know how much the mayor knows about you. No, it's all good. The Denver Marriott Tech Center Hotel, they've sponsored us for more than 30 years. Havey Productions, professional photographer to the recipients. KDVR, I guess he's just sitting down right there. You're going to be a television star tonight. You will be on the 9 o'clock news. KEZW, 1430 radio, and I don't know if you've talked to Rick Crandall yet. He's going to interview
They told me
you.
they were going to call me.
Yeah, they're going to interview. And the Rocky Mountain News, Gary Massaro will also interview you, and will be an article in the paper about you.
I will be the first one.
Does the mayor know that?
The other one's
And Signal Graphics Printing at Hampton and Monaco, which prints on most of our materials. So we're proud to identify these sponsors who make this event possible. And at this time, I do have a $2,000 check to present to you. It will only stay in your hands for a few minutes because it must go on to these ladies right next to you. Congratulations from the committee.
Thank you very much.
This is a surprise. We like to do this to each other, I think. I just like to say that Ray's one of my heroes. I really look up to him. I think in my generation, I don't have that many heroes, so it's nice to have somebody like Ray who gives so selflessly and has a sense of humor while he's doing it. So I'm so proud of him today and feel really honored to be a part of this team of both Judy and Ray.
Ray, we don't want you to feel bad because that check just whipped out of your hand so fast. So we have a bigger check for you. The only thing is you can't spend it. Congratulations. There you go.
Thank you.
That's
Step out, Ray.
Hold it up.
Stay a little while longer yet. Thank you, Joan, and thank you, Maureen. Appreciate your words. As Joan already identified, Ray does have a number of media events. You can listen to him on the radio a week from tomorrow at approximately 9:10 in the morning. And we do have the television here, and you can watch that tonight at 9 o'clock. And I don't know when Gary will get hold of you, but he will get hold of you. Oh, wonderful. That's great. That's super. And as Joan already alluded to, the mayor does know something about you. And we have with us today the mayor's Director of Regional Cooperation, Dave Farrell, and he has the honor of giving you a little something. Dave?
I am Dave Farrell, and I often say when I come to these presentations, what a pleasure it is for me to be able to participate. And I want to echo, Ray, what others have said, and that is, on this occasion, it's actually a privilege, and I'm delighted to have a chance to be here. And I know the mayor will look forward to meeting you at the year-end celebration, and hope that you're able to make that. As has been alluded to, the mayor does know a thing or two about you. And after this evening, he's going to know more, because I'm going to go back and tell him some of the things I've heard here this evening. All good stuff. And one of the things that's so inspirational about your story, and you were called a hero, and I think that's an apt description from what I'm hearing. I think a hero is one who inspires, and I think that what I've heard thus far is that your story is inspirational, and you're an inspiration, and you're to be congratulated for that. As I told Donna in an email the other day, I'm at risk of losing my voice, so I better get on. This is a long proclamation. Whereas Ray Meyers is a decorated combat Marine who suffered severe trauma as a result of his experiences in 1967 to 68 in Kherson, I think. He and 5,000 other Marines were pinned down for over 2 months, living in bunkers with munitions exploding around them 24 hours a day. And this wasn't the worst part. When the North Vietnamese army retreated and the Marines went after them, almost all of Ray's buddies were blown away before his eyes. And whereas, for years, Ray lived with anxiety, anger, and isolation. He was in jail for DUIs or similar offenses every couple of years. He had no resources and no support system. It was only in the year 2000 that he began to heal, and about 5 years ago, Ray discovered that volunteering enhanced his recovery. He began helping with a program of weekly shopping and delivery for homebound seniors and adults with disabilities through the Retired Senior Volunteer Program. And whereas, then a friend asked him to visit his grandson, a young veteran of the war in Afghanistan, who was in jail for a DUI. Recognizing that younger veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan were suffering from a very similar trauma to that of Vietnam veterans, and that there was no organization dedicated to helping incarcerated veterans, Ray decided to start his own organization, and Veterans Helping Veterans Now was formed. And whereas, Ray spends 20 to 40 hours a week as a volunteer working with other veterans, despite his own struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder. He is on 100% disability because of his service in Vietnam. He has only 7 trained volunteers working with him and hopes that he will soon be able to create a group meeting place for veterans of all ages in Boulder. VHVN provides support groups, assistance with transportation needs and referrals, and also provides support groups for female veterans. That's not all Ray does. He provides volunteer handyman work for seniors and other friends. In 2006, Ray became a certified respite care provider for an elderly gentleman with developmental disabilities. And whereas Ray provides random acts of kindness wherever he goes, he is a role model to other people, having survived very difficult times and still finds ways to give every day. He is a great example of the healing power of volunteerism. Now therefore I, John W. Hickenlooper, Mayor of the City and County of Denver, Colorado, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby officially proclaim Thursday, August 21st, 2008 to be known as Ray Meyers Day in Denver, Colorado.
You like that,
A certain amount of humor in it.
Okay. As Dave shared, you will have a chance to meet the mayor in December when we have our year-end celebration, and he presents medallions to you and the other 2008 honorees. So we look forward to that day and hope that those of you in the audience who are available at that time will join us too. We're very pleased to be able to hold our event this evening and our year-end celebration here in this lovely hotel, the Denver Marriott Tech Center Hotel. And we have with us this evening Karen McGrainer, catering manager for the hotel, and she has a gift as well as a greeting for you, Ray, from the hotel.
Well, on behalf of our general manager, Barbara Reedy, and all of us here at the Marriott, here at the Tech Center Hotel, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be a part of the ceremony today to recognize your volunteer efforts. It's all been said ahead of me, and I concur with all of it. You are a decorated Marine, and have come a long way to be awarded again for performing above and beyond in service and support of those in need. Along with a plaque to display, I hope you will display it, the day in your honor, and the check you got to hold for a second. It wasn't a minute, I know it was just a second, maybe two. I would like to present you this certificate for a weekend getaway here at the Tech Center Hotel. We commend you and your service to our country, our seniors, your fellow servicemen and women.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Now it's your opportunity to say something.
Okay. First of all, thanks. Thanks an awful lot. And thanks for everybody who's traveled to be here. And it means a lot to me. And I did actually prepare just a little couple minutes